Hey guys, Katrina back with another video. So a little while ago I was thinking about if I was to die, what would people say about me? And the only few things that can come to mind is that I prided myself in trying to be a good mother to my children. That I tried to protect them the best I could. That being a single mother for so long, of course you'd have to be independent and very strong-willed. But are all those things necessarily good things? Like, yeah, making sure that you do what you can to help the next generation along, of course that is important. But I don't really go to funerals. There's been a couple times that I've been to them, but it's just the energy that it puts off, like the sadness, the emptiness, the heaviness. And it's just something, I don't know if eventually I'll be ready to face that, or if it's something that when my own mother dies, I won't be able to go to her funeral. Like, I'm not sure. I know as far as whenever my grandmother died, I did not attend. I tried to go see her right before she passed, and it just really got to me. As soon as I walked into the room, I could just feel something in there, and I bolted out really quick. I ended up going to the bathroom. She was at a nursing home, or the restroom. I ended up going to the restroom. I don't know why I call it a bathroom. There's not a tub in there. But anyway, so I went to the restroom, and I was just like trying to get composure. I was just like, a lot of times whenever I feel like I'm about to cry, I can say cry, 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 and I don't cry. It like stops me. So I was really trying hard to get my composure, and I didn't want to fall apart in front of everyone. And a lot of times, especially if you're abused whenever you're smaller, a lot of the thing is, showing emotion, you feel weak. So I've tried my whole life not to have emotion, to hold my composure, or the only emotion that I don't mind sharing freely is anger. Even happiness, for some reason, I just can't release it like I do anger. I could be happy as hell and not be able to release that like I do anger. So I was in the restroom, and I was just like, oh my God, please, like, get a hold of yourself, Katrina, get a hold of yourself. Like, you can do this. Just go in there, sit down for 5 minutes, and leave. And I just couldn't get out of the restroom. And all of a sudden, like, I wasn't in there 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then there was a knock at the restroom. And I was just like, somebody's in here. So then there was a knock again, and I was just like, damn it, can't they hear me? And I was like, somebody's in here, and I'm like bawling my eyes out in the restroom. And I finally get a hold of myself enough, because whoever is at the restroom, I can see like the shadow under the door, and I'm like, they're not leaving. They're going to use this restroom. So whenever I open up the door, it's my daughter, my 16-year-old, and she is bawling her eyes out. So, my grandmother, there was a lot of stuff that just, we didn't always see eye to eye. It wasn't like you would think of living with a grandparent. At first it was good, and then her regrets, I guess, her anger just started to overcome her. And my dad being the reason why my mom ended up in prison. So my grandmother thought, honestly, it was her own choices. I can't deny that. Her own choices put her there. And for some reason, she just, I guess, wasn't around the right people to know that she needed to go, or to know the consequences to what was going to come if she didn't leave him. But for whatever reason that she didn't leave, she ended up staying, and she ended up going to prison. But living with my grandmother, when watching her take her anger out on me, calling me by my dad's name, rebuking me as if I'm the devil, just all of that kind of stuff really took a heavy toll on me. It made me see myself as everyone is my enemy, and I have to be strong. I have to be in control, because if I let somebody else be in control of me again, or in control of a situation, they're going to treat me like she did. And they're going to treat me like the way my dad did. So when I go back to thinking about like what people would say about me whenever I die, I mean, I didn't hear what they said about my grandmother, you know, and of course, towards the end, like the last few times I went to go see her in the nursing home, she didn't even remember any of the bad. According to her, I was her only granddaughter, and she has another one that she had forgotten about. I don't know why. But maybe it was because she spent more time with me, but I was her only granddaughter, and she was so proud of me. Regardless of the fights that we had, regardless of how I felt about her, she had chose to forget all the bad, and she only focused on the good. She would tell the people, her little friends in there, stories about whenever I was younger, and she never told the stories about where she rebuked me as if I was the devil, how I was the spawn of my father. She never told them how she felt that she could beat the devil out of me. You know, she never told them that stuff. She told them about how there was a little kitten died, and I stayed up all night with it, trying to cure it back to health, regardless if it was going to live or die. She told them about watching after all the children whenever she babysat and how good I was with them. That she knew I was going to be a good mother. Just from watching me when I was around the age of 12. You know, a lot of times whenever we're focused just on ourselves, we don't realize what kind of harm we do to everyone around us and the effects that we have on other people. Like catching an attitude with a waitress because she got our order wrong. You don't know what that does to her. Now, I've been at the other end of that and just had angry customer after angry customer after angry customer. It's just so much a person can take. Or it only being your third day and you're not very sure of the menu yet, but they're expecting you to just go out there and get everything done like you're a pro, you know? So I'm just wondering if when I die, what is people going to say about me? Is it going to be something that is different than being strong? Is it going to be something different than just being a mother to my children? Is it going to be that I had any kind of impact on this world at all? It's part of the reason why I started sharing my story, so that people going through similar things, I know that we all have our own battles, but I've noticed a lot with sexual abuse and with physical abuse whenever you're a minor, whenever you're young, it tends to manifest in certain ways. Your battles might be a little bit different, but you face the same problems. And I'm just hoping by putting my struggles out there that it'll help others to be able to break free from what they're in. Anyway, I am about to go pick up my 3-year-old, and there is a car like kind of impatient behind me, so I'm going to let y'all go so I can really focus on what I'm doing. But y'all have a good day. I wish y'all the best.